quiet on the set. All right, so check this out. This is a testament to this scanner, or putting the scanner to the test. We have a unique case, which isn't just your average person scanning every 13 weeks or even year over year. This is from July until now. So from July till now, Bobby has had a Achilles tendon injury, where the Achilles tendon was severed. So what happened was it stopped him from working out for 2 full months, right? 2.5 months. So what happens is in that 2.5 months, remember, it's all about sending the signal to the body. So the 2.5 month gap where he was unable to work out because he didn't have this boot, he wasn't able to get up and move around. Those 2.5 months, he wasn't sending the signal to the body that muscle is important. So we're going to go ahead and guess that the scanner is going to show that. It's going to show that lean muscle was lost. The signal wasn't being sent to keep it. It's important. We're also going to assume that his leg atrophied, mainly in the quad, because his inability to be able to do any sort of leg movement without a cart or some help. So his injury, I'll let him tell you what happened, and then we'll go ahead and look at this scanner and see how it measures up.
Quite a few months ago, I slipped on a pile of glass and I severed my Achilles tendon pretty much down to where there was almost no foot left. So I was immediately taken to the hospital and they had diagnosed me with a severed Achilles, so it required a full reconstructive surgery. At that rate, I got in to see the orthopedic surgeon and scheduled the surgery. Went ahead and proceeded with getting a full reconstructive setup done. Was quite intensive. It was about an 1.5 hour long surgery. And everything went well. The doctor did a great job, connected it perfectly back. It's just been a long road in regards to the recovery aspect of it. So post-surgery, like Decker was saying, it's been a difficult time frame to keep any level of a muscle mass on, just from sitting around staying stagnant. So it's been different.
Right, so now here's the key, is he's been able to work out because he can get around on the boot. So the signal now is being resent to the body that, hold on a second, muscle is important and we're going to hang on to that. So we'll be able to check this again in April and see if the landslide has stopped. But let's take a look at his scan and see if what we're guessing shows up. Okay, so here we have his actual scan. You can tell, look, his posture here, this is the after one. So here's July, here's now. He was in peak shape here. So you can see how he's having to compensate because of that leg, but you can see the atrophy. So let's see what shows up here. The injury is on the right leg. Here is his right thigh. And look at that, about 1.8 inches down because of the loss and the inability to use that leg. So when we take a look at his quad, clearly you can see, and then bend them, one is much smaller than the other. So that right there, the scanner has nailed that part. Now if we look at other parts of his body, his torso, arms, everything has kind of slid because he's not sending the signal to the body that muscle is important. Now, let's go to the real part here and look at this. So he is down 20 pounds. And that right there is just his metabolism slowing. He's probably not fueling his body enough. He's not burning as many calories. And look at this, lean muscle, because he's not sending the signal through weight training that we need to keep it. The body doesn't think it's important, and it shed 24 pounds of muscle off. Okay, so this scanner has nailed that. And that's not in 13 weeks. Remember, it takes time for this to happen, but it's perfectly spot on for anyone that was doubting the scanner or its ability to detect what's really going on inside the body that we can't see. So in closing, guys, just remember, is the scan perfect? No, absolutely not. But it is the best tool that we can do while using rugged repetition. Because here's the deal. I used to tape measure everybody when Tighten Up was small. And as long as I kept tape measuring everybody for inches and body fat, it would stay fairly accurate. as long as it was consistent, the same person doing it again and again. As we grew, other trainers would have to fill in, and that's where margin of error happens, human error. The scanner is super consistent. So as long as we keep scanning time over time over time again and showing year over year, it's going to reflect the correct progress. And just like you saw with Bobby's scan, with my groin injury, with all of our results, remember, it's so simple. It is about sending the right signal to the body. So while in a restricted state, if you're in a caloric deficit, sending the signal to the body that muscle is important through heavy lifts, it's going to cling to that lean tissue. And you won't have the landslide like Bobby had, where his metabolism tanked, lean muscle comes off, you have atrophy, things like that. Think about it in terms of cardio. Cardio, if you're doing that habitually, you're sending the signal to the body that muscle isn't important. It's in fact slowing us down, because we need to become very efficient at burning calories for those bouts of cardio. You want the exact opposite to happen for fat loss. You don't want to become efficient at burning calories. You want to be inefficient at burning calories. And that's where adding more plates come in, adding a set, bumping up your PR. So it's sending the right signals to the body. And that's why strength training is king for shaping your physique and hitting those goals. And it also translates to other aspects of health. Bone density, cardiovascular health. It fights sarcopenia, everything. Just keep ruggedly repeating those basics, guys, and we will have magic.